Hello, good morning, Pramila.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
How are
How are
you?
you, sir?
I'm
I'm
good,
fine.
thanks.
I'm
Wonderful.
fantastic. Enjoying my day off.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, welcome to today's session.
Thank you.
So, before we begin, a brief introduction about you. In the introduction, I'd like you to tell me what do you do and what are your goals, what are your dreams, and what are your hobbies.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Pramila Vijayaran. I am basically from Delhi, but after marriage, I'm residing here in Haryana.
Okay,
By profession, I'm an English teacher in the Directorate of Education in Delhi.
okay,
So, for the last 20 years, I'm in this profession. I'm an, you can call me, I'm an educator,
okay,
and I have done my master's in English and education also. Uh,
okay,
and my dream profession is to be a like from childhood it was my dream to be a newsreader or to come in on this screen, to be there as a national identity, to present my India on some platform, to be a good speaker.
okay.
So I love Palki Sharma. Now these days I love to hear her. And
Okay.
what was the other question? Last one.
Yeah, what are your goals and dreams, and what are your hobbies?
Okay, hobbies. Uh, if you talk about hobbies, I don't have one particular hobby, but I cherish to spend my time in some constructive work like gardening or arranging my house, organizing my house, reading books, reading stories, listening to podcasts, interacting with different people from the different walks of life. And of course, teaching is also my passion here, I would say. Though it is my profession, but yes, I am taking some session teaching some adult learners. So it is a type of hobby I am uh,
So
nowadays
you want to
inculcate.
empower people.
If I am able to help anybody, I am ready to do that.
Okay, wonderful. So you are a versatile personality. You have so many interests, and I don't
Yes.
find any problems with your English. So why did you join EnglishYaari?
Hi. It's a platform to practice, to interact with other teachers, those who
Okay,
are better than me in some way or the other, and it's a chance to pick something out of their mind, uh, to share their learning on certain topics that can be beneficial for both of us, and of course with audience and viewers also, because like it is generally a to brush up session for me to hone my skills of communication and interaction.
okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. So nowadays there is social media. There are YouTube channels. If not on the screen like a television screen as a news reader, like Palki Sharma also conducts a podcast. I think on YouTube, right?
Okay.
So, haven't you thought of starting a YouTube channel or working for an organized media company who has a YouTube channel and be a face on the YouTube channel?
Me, I have my little bit budding YouTube channel, Little
Okay,
Star.
okay,
So uh, it is in its initial stage, but I would like to have my face on with some known platform or to be a part of some known organization.
okay. So, why don't you start a podcast? If teaching is a passion, interacting is a passion, like how can we improve teaching? You can start a channel related to teaching, around teaching, and how the and what is the, if I may ask you, like what are the, are you in a government school or are you in a
Yes,
private
yes.
school? Government school.
I'm in a government school.
Okay. So why is there a difference between the quality of education in a government school and a public school or a private school? You could probably think of these questions, or if you could answer this for me.
So it is very debatable question, though we have different categories of government school, and thing
Okay.
is we need to cater to some like different learners, I would say. So
Okay.
private schools, they are very selective in selecting their candidates, but
Right.
in our
Right.
daily government school it is open to all, everybody is
Yes.
welcome. They
Yes.
might be first generation learners, or might be a second generation learner. But private schools are intended to have a handsome, they take their
Interviews
fee.
of their parents. Yes.
Nee,
They take.
and fee structure also. They are like
Yeah.
they try to have that good amount of money from parents to get their child enrolled in the school. So that is not the reason. But yes, we have for last 10 years there is a remarkable change in our government schools and their teaching process.
Okay.
So nothing to compare with the private school or government school.
Yes, that's a very important point that you mentioned, that the private schools are very selective.
Hmm.
I have a friend who has a young kid. He probably is in kindergarten right now. And he spends some 25,000 per month, I believe, or 3 months, something like that.
It can be anything. Like I have done my schooling from a very reputed school,
Okay.
Vidya Devi Jindal School, Hisar. It was a boarding
Okay.
school for girls.
Okay.
So if I can afford, like my parents were there, they were like affluent enough to, they are able to pay. So we tend to go towards private schools.
Okay.
So, and yes, there is a difference. I can see that difference in my personality as I have been to private boarding school.
Okay. So you've been in Hisar, all right.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I have a connection with Hisar and probably your school as well.
Oh,
Uh,
how come?
do you know Minakshi Joshi?
I don't remember. I was like in 90s. I started my hostel from class one.
Okay, she was there at school. She's a teacher at Jindal School, I think, in Hisar.
Now,
I
current.
think now, currently. And she's been there since a long time, since a very long time. She,
Arey, it is, sir. I left my school. I don't remember even ki when I left. Then I again enrolled in 11.
okay,
So,
it's a
like
long time.
it's, yes, it's a long time. Means now I am 40, and
All
that
right.
time I was 5 to like 11, 12, then
Okay,
16.
okay, okay. See, for our summer holidays, we used to go to Hisar. My
Okay.
uncle lived there, so we used to go to Hisar in the summers. Very hot summers, very extremely
Huh.
hot
Yes,
summers.
yes, yes. Tempestuous conditions are there.
Yes. So, how is it teaching first generation learners? How difficult is it to teach first generation learners?
So it is challenging,
Okay.
but yet rewarding. I start with alphabet
Okay.
letters.
Okay.
Then next day I start with vowel sound words: cat, bat,
Okay.
bit,
So,
it.
so are they able to pronounce the words correctly? Because the first
No,
generation learners
no,
generally
no,
have the
no,
mother
no.
tongue
We
influence.
follow that shadowing practice.
Okay.
Hmm. I'm talking
So,
about this like for the sections I have in class six. Then
okay.
after they are used to English and they some are very keen to learn, so they keep on doing something at home.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So how do you, for the challenge, I think what I am facing as a challenge while interacting with people here on this platform is that the students who haven't had the exposure to the language generally have this mother tongue influence, and
So it is there. So it is there. Like I'm also a native Hindi speaker.
yeah,
English.
that is there, but we definitely will have some influence, but very stark influence or very prominent words where they pronounce it incorrectly. So
So sir, that is can be corrected by uh, corrected by practicing, listening to native speakers, by shadowing.
okay,
I have
those are the
seen many. You might be aware of some girl, Pawar. Uh, I don't remember her name. I'm very much terrible with remembering names. Terrible at
okay.
remembering names. Some Pawar. So she had many different accent of speaking English. Then there is a YouTube channel, Richie English. That girl is also having American accent.
Okay,
So
all right.
though they are Indian, they are very fluent in their accent. I
Okay.
have my Indian accent. I am happy with that.
All right. I've also worked in international BPOs, so we were taught those words, few letters, which are different, pronounced differently in the US and in India. Like these are
Yes, 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 yes,
the
yes.
sounds that is pronounced different.
You can practice that at your home also.
Yes,
Just
yes,
try to
that's
listen to native speakers and listen. Just try to hook to their music. Then you will come to know this how they use that contraction. They are very much good at contracting words. Have
yes,
and had. I
yes,
will make
that's
a
true.
note and then I'm going to practice that.
We were shown movies and these serials and these series in call centers just as a way to learn English, as you
Hmm, hmm,
mentioned
hmm.
that we should listen to them.
But it is like very much difficult to understand from or take that extract from the movie dialogue to learn and like to copy that. But if you are listening to a podcast or listening to some YouTube video, then you can just jot down the word and then you can practice it.
Yes, that's true. So R was different. We don't we with and the other thing is where we are very strong with our pronunciations. We,
Yes.
we we stress our words too much. They are very soft with their pronunciation.
Yes, 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 yes.
So that is one difference that
But
is there.
your English doesn't demand that you should have that American accent. We
Yeah,
have
it does.
that, like, we Indians are very much open to learning. We have that accent. We accept British accent also. We accept American accent also. Though American are very sharp, like they are very soft. They try to speak very swiftly. So they use much contraction in their conversation. But
Yes,
like what English we are using in our India is that is very much influenced by Britishers
British
as
ones.
they
That's
were
true.
our rulers. Yeah,
That's the English that we were taught. The best English is the what is called as the Queen's English. That
queens,
that's the
yes.
that's the English that is considered to be the best form of pronunciation.
Hmm.
So how many kids are there? How many kids do you teach at school? How many kids do you handle at one time?
Like in our school or
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
sections.
In your sections as well as the school. Each section must be having some 40, 50 kids.
So we have around 2,500 students at the roll now, just
Okay.
like during in this April. But their admission session is open, so it can increase to 200, 300 more.
Okay.
So we have that figure between 2,000 to 3,000 in our school.
Okay. All right.
And if I talk about section, nowadays, like in senior classes, we have strength of 50 to 60, between like 50 to 60.
Oh,
But it
that's
can,
great.
like, there was a time we used to teach 80 plus students in a section. Last,
Oh,
back to, if I talk about 2, 3 years back.
okay. So how do you handle so many kids?
So it's a part of our job. We have to do that.
Because kids, our generations, I'm also 46 now, and like our generations were very polite and very submissive, and the kids of today's generation are very different, and they don't follow the instructions and they don't follow the rules. They
So
love breaking
depends
the
how
rules.
you have that bond with your kid, with your student. It depends a lot. If we are respecting them, we will get that respect in return, in exchange, I would say. But it is needless to be strict every time. But it we have to complete syllabus. We have to make them learn new concepts.
Yes.
So for that we need to be strict. But it is always helpful to be have that jovial nature, to be friendly with the students. This is what I prefer personally.
Okay, so you must be their favorite teacher.
For some students I am, but not for everyone.
All right, all right. So what books are taught in the school level?
NCRT.
NCR.
NCRT.
Okay, NCR. All right.
Sir, all the teachers in our government schools, they are very much qualified, they are experienced, and they have cracked their selection board exam, DSSB, Delhi
Okay.
Selection Board.
State
So
selection.
no, there is a no doubt or question on their learning and talent.
Okay, wonderful. That's really wonderful. So, but if you go to the interiors of the country, the government schools are in a very bad shape. The
Hmm.
teachers there are in a, what happens in UP, I'm telling you what happens in Uttar
Yes,
Pradesh.
sir. I came across some videos and some random news. But sir, it's on their part how they are dealing,
No,
how they are means
what they do,
how honestly they are performing their duty.
honestly performing their duty. That's what I was going to talk about. What they do is that they get selected, they hire somebody else, and they they take the classes and they sit at home. So
So
they
it is India, everything is acceptable here, anything can happen. So not
so
to
then
discuss things.
so they don't have that integrity. I was surprised, like how can you do this? So that's really sad, and that affects the teaching quality of for the students. But it's there, it's a fact, it's a truth in our country. Though the government has schemes, I think the government has very good schemes for education for the students, but they are not accessible to everybody, and nobody is
So
aware
actually
of.
they don't have that craving for learning and to level up their learning. They are very
Yeah.
much satisfied with for with this salary they are getting with they like government teachers, they draw handsome salary. So the main reason is they are content with they are getting.
Okay, they are not that
So
passionate.
there is no rat race. There is no need to run after anything.
Mm. And their jobs are fixed. They know that they'll get this
Hmm.
fixed salary.
Hmm.
However, Delhi, how is it that Delhi has improved the schools so much?
Sir, it's a capital.
Yeah, it's the capital city of India. That's also true.
Yes.
Because I've
I
heard a
don't
lot.
feel any regret. I don't have that regret that I am teaching in government school. We feel proud that we are teaching in government school. We are government teachers.
You should be proud because you are doing a great service to the nation.
Of
Building.
course, it's a noble profession, sir. Like we are not taking anything from the students. We are not
Yes.
having like we never ask them to pay for anything. We are not taking any like monthly charges, admission charges. No fee structure is there,
Okay.
and
Okay.
even they get stipends, they get scholarship, and free books also they are getting.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So yeah, it's the desire to learn is also missing in the students as well. I
No,
think.
no, it is not true, sir. We have our students, those who crack their NEET from the government school. They crack
Okay.
the IIT JE
Oh,
from
wonderful.
this my school only. We
No,
have like one girl, she got national prize for painting in fine matlab, she painted she was a student of fine arts. She,
oh, wonderful.
she was awarded by Narendra Modi, our
Oh,
honorable prime minister. One of my student, he's now ex-student. He scored 100 out of 100 in CBSE board, and he was awarded by Kejriwal.
oh, wonderful, wonderful.
So nothing like that. We have every categories of students. We have talented, super talented. We have below
Average.
average students and average students.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm talking. I have a friend who teaches in some village. He is in the UP state board, uh, and he got selected to the UP SSP for
Hmm.
teaching. And he faces difficulties in bringing children to the school. Children don't, parents don't enroll their children in the school. He has to go to their homes to pick them up and ask them to come and sit and learn. So this, he is very devoted. He's definitely
Hmm.
devoted, and he
So
goes and
it
picks
can.
children.
There were times like we have heard from our senior teachers or elders that there
Okay,
was a time when we were not having like a greater strength of students in our schools, but
okay,
now. the situation is changed. Like Delhi is not a place for Delhiites only, Delhiites.
Yes.
There are people from Rajasthan, UP, Bihar, so
Yes.
they want that privilege of staying in Delhi, and they get their children enrolled in Delhi government schools.
Yeah, Delhi has a great exposure for the kids. There are so many events and so many, even the clubs and societies that are there for fine arts, especially. And
Hmm.
in fact, I started. I wanted to be an actor, so I was in Delhi after school, and I was studying in Kirorimal College doing English honors.
Okay. Hmm.
And I got selected on the basis of ECA quota for theatre. There were auditions. I was an actor. I acted in one play, but then I dropped out of college after 2 years. So Delhi has had a big influence on me. I also prepared for Fine Arts, Delhi College of Arts, but I didn't get through. So people who did theatre with me at college are now big shots in the film industry. And
Oh,
Kiro- Kirorimal College has a very famous theatre society there.
yes, yes, yes. I think Amitabh Bachchan
Players.
was one of the ex-students,
Amitabh
and
Bachchan.
many more, Hansraj, and like I don't remember the names exactly, but yes, like whenever there's some event of ex-students or alumni meet is there, so then in newspaper I
News and
read about that.
things.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. So I,
So can we discuss about this notes we have been provided by the session?
sure. We've just got 3 4 minutes.
Criticism and embrace, like embracing criticism.
Yes, sure. I thought usually students don't like discussing the notes.
Oh, me, I have no problem, but it's good to discuss because it's a nice
Okay.
topic and they have prepared it very well.
Okay, the only thing is after 25 minutes, the session will go on for another 5 minutes and then it will end abruptly if we don't disconnect.
Yes, 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 no
So
problem.
it might take time discussing these notes. So let's discuss them. So embracing criticism and rejection.
Hmm.
So, did you know even famous people have been criticized? So, this is the truth of our society, and everywhere people get criticized when they take a step which is opposite to the norm. So, do you come across
So can you
student?
be a little louder, please? Can you be a little
Sure, sure,
louder?
sure. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So, I was saying criticism are part of life, and if anybody who takes a different path in life or tries to walk the unbeaten path, they face a lot of criticism. So, have you faced
Yes.
criticism for joining the government job?
Not exactly. But I do face this criticism every day in everyday life. So
Okay,
I'm very much familiar with this criticism, and but I love to say that I have thick skin.
okay,
I
wonderful.
open-heartedly welcome each criticism and try to take something positive out of it, and I try to improve myself.
Okay, wonderful. Would you like to read this paragraph? This.
Okay, I can read it, but it's better let's discuss it because before
Okay.
the session
Yes. Yes. Yes.
ends.
So, how do you provide positive criticism to students? That would be a challenge because criticism is a part of teaching. You have to criticize students and tell them where they are wrong. So, how do you handle that?
See, so it depends on the listener or learner a lot. If it is he or she is taking it in a constructive way, or it is a negative criticism for them. But I try to make them understand that it is personally my view. I want
Okay.
you to excel in this, but it is not there to hurt your feelings. I ask them, if you can improve, if you want to learn, try to work on these things. It
Okay.
will help in your profession or your in your studies, or it will help in your progress anyways.
Okay. So you can't directly say to the students that this is where you are wrong, this is you need to improve here. You can't be direct about
No,
it. You have to be very.
sometimes I have to say, I have to be very straightforward, like
Okay.
as I am teaching board classes, so I have to say, If you are going to write this, you will get only this mark. So try to elaborate your answer, try to use new vocabulary. In that case, I am very much straightforward, but it is
Okay.
not a part of that negative criticism, I would say.
Okay. Because in our times, the teachers were very straightforward, and
Yes, yes.
in fact, straightforward to the folly of being harsh. And today you can't be harsh. Today you can't be harsh with the students. They take it very
So,
personally.
I am, sir, like I'm a mother teacher. I'm the class teacher for the class 10. So I sometimes I am straightforward. I may sound rude, but
Yes.
thing is, to I have to say that. But every
Yes.
other moment, I try to console them, to treat
Okay.
them in a better way, to
Yes.
make it constructive criticism. I need to appreciate them.
So there are a few words here in this notes.
Mhm.
So we discuss criticism. So criticism is you must be knowing what you are aware of. Your English is excellent. You must be knowing the meaning of these words. So
Yes, I
any
am, but it's better to discuss for others. Like I have a YouTube channel, so I love
okay,
to upload the things.
okay, criticism. I'll read them out. Criticism, expressing disapproval of someone or something.
Oh, no, you
Ba-
just read the word. I'm going to give the meaning or explanation.
okay, all right. So first word is criticism.
It is a type of disapproval for anything, or you don't take it to the mark, the work someone has done.
Okay, yeah, that is true. So the sentence is he braced himself for the criticism of his annual report.
Mhm.
So partly true what you said.
Okay.
And the next word is rejection.
Rejection is to show the disapproval.
Yeah, the dismissing or refusing of a proposal, idea, etc.
Mhm.
So her rejection of the offer surprised everyone. So that's like or disapproving. Disapproving is another word synonym for rejection. And resilience.
Resilience is to come back again, to do to progress in the same direction after taking that criticism, or without hurting your feelings.
Yes, that's true. The resilience is you've seen that movie Karate Kid, Jackie Chan movie Karate Kid.
No,
You
I'm not
must
a
watch
movie
that.
buff. I'm not a
Oh,
movie buff.
all right. All right, you must watch that movie. In fact, you should show that movie to your students as well. Karate Kid, where Jackie Chan's Karate Kid. Actually, there are two series of those movies. One was very old movie. There is this. The resilience is very well expressed in that movie.
Okay.
So resilience is getting up every time we fall down. In very simple
Yes,
words.
yes, and it is very necessary if you want to excel in any field.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So the sentence is he showed great resilience in dealing with rejection, as you
Hmm.
mentioned, criticism.
Hmm.
So feedback. What is the meaning of feedback?
Feedback is to give some suggestions, to tell the areas where you need to work on. It's
Yes,
a
that is
kind